Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Bajan and this is my account SoCal Expeditions. I went ahead and looked at the analytics and over 93% of viewers aren't subscribed. And you're watching my videos anyway, so you might as well hit the subscribe button. You can stay up to date. Today we're going to be installing a set of Clazzio seat covers on a 2016 to 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Now I went ahead and did the driver's side seat myself, so that way I could figure out all the best tips, tricks, and step-by-step installation that I could offer you guys so it can make your life easier. Now the first thing I recommend you go do before even getting to installing the seat covers themselves is put the seat covers out in the sun and cut your fingernails while you're at it. So here's everything laid out that's going to be for one seat. The reason I have them out in the sun again is for the material to stretch, and it's going to make it easier when we go to install it in the truck. Now this is the bottom seat portion. This is where your butt's going to go. This is the back seat portion. This is going to slip over the top of the seat, and this is the headrest. The headrests are interchangeable for the driver and passenger seat, but these two sections aren't. So to figure out where things go, you're going to have this check sheet that's included. And we're going to be doing the passenger side. So up top here, we're going to have part number 12 for the bottom seat portion and number 11 for the backrest, as you can see right there. What you can do to make sure that you have the right seat cushion or seat cover is look at the tag. So here's the bottom seat portion. I said 12 was on the check sheet, and this one is number 12, as you can see right there. So here we are at the passenger seat, and I've already removed the headrest. And what I really recommend people do, because I tried it on the driver's side and it didn't work installing it with the seat in place as it is. It takes just a couple seconds to grab something with a ratchet, a wrench, a driver, with a 14mm and undo the 4 bolts that hold the seat down to the floor. This means that you can tilt the seat, move it around, get underneath it, tighten the straps extremely tight. It just makes things easier. So I'll show you how quickly you can get a seat out of here. Make sure that you're loosening it. That one was definitely over torqued. And just like that, now your life is going to be way easier. So the good part about this now is that I can lift up the seat, and when I get to tightening stuff underneath it, it's super easy. You don't need to disconnect any of the wires down here. However, make sure that you're not putting extra stress on this wiring loom. So we're going to start with the bottom part of the seat cover here. Best way to start with it, honestly, is just set it on the seat, line up the corners here, and then just push it up against this part right here. And then we can get to this flat part right here. Now, the best thing that I've noticed is to have it just like this, how I have it, and to take it and just start tucking it again slowly inside. And then take this little flat part right here, push it inside. You can come to the back and you have all this space where you just pushed it through, and pull it tight from here. Make sure everything is sitting snug and tight. Good and tight. Good and tight. That's what you want. For the side sections right here, this is where I said it's so important to be able to move the seat around. What I noticed is best is fold the seat forward, pull the seat back like that, and then you can tuck this underneath here. Through. I'm just going to pull it through the side, and you'll see me starting to pull the string now, just like that. Make sure you don't put this underneath here. Run everything as high up as you can against the seat. So it's kind of a free-for-all right here, but make sure everything's high up against the seat, just like that. We're going to do the same for the inner side. And I can just easily look through, see where I have an opening to pull it through. I can grab it like that. I have my strings now all on the bottom, and I can pull them tight when I'm ready. I'm going to be doing the final workaround of the seat fabric. What I think is best is taking the supplied little plastic wedge tool and tucking in everything into the bottom of the plastics, just like this. Again, just keep going around, pushing all the fabrics, pulling all the fabrics tight. You want to get everything as close to perfect as you can the first time. And one thing to remember is when you're going to install the straps. Now you're gonna have these two long straps that run all the way back and they'll hook on to the back section of the seat cover. Make sure you put the straps underneath the bar, just like that. And then you can run them all the way back. So you can see the strap from the front. I'm tucking it way high and tight so it's not getting in the way of any of my airbag wiring. So for this side too, make sure it first goes underneath the bar and then tuck it again, high and tight. Make sure it's not going to get in the way of anything, it's not touching any of the wiring. Run them up and over. And one thing to note is do not cinch these too tight yet. So I'm going to tighten it more than this, but don't be pulling on these crazy tight. You want to let the seat covers wear in for about a week and then you can come back and retighten these even more. These two black strings, and there's multiple ways you can tie them. What I've honestly realized is just pulling them tight a little bit and then holding it and then checking to make sure that everything is tight and you're happy with the fitment. Make sure it's pulled in all the corners. Again, on this section, everything is cinched down. And then, honestly, you can tie these however you want. I just do bunny ears. And tuck this underneath somewhere. So, say right here, this little metal bar. Tuck it underneath. Take this part, tuck it underneath. Again, it's under a seat. Nobody's ever gonna notice. The bottom is fully installed now. Everything's tight, the straps running around the side are tight, the straps front to back are tight, and we can move on to the backrest portion. Now this part, this is where it really helps to have everything out in the sun for a little bit. You can see which area is the back, of course, because it has the flap here. And this part, it doesn't honestly get easier than just grabbing it like this and setting it over the seat. And then you just start pulling down. Work your way around slowly. Just take it, pull it a little bit at a time on each side. It is so much easier when it's been out in the sun. You're gonna have this part where you're gonna have the Velcro straps that come through the bottom that you're gonna need to hook onto the Velcro inside of the seat cover itself. You'll notice the original flap gets in the way. What I noticed is the best way to do it is to take this original flap, tuck this portion here, and shove this in the seat cover. And then take the seat cover and pull it underneath or over it. This part kind of sucks. It's gonna be a little wonky, but there's honestly no better way that I found. And once you get it to this part like this, you won't even notice, and it's more seamless on the sides too. Go ahead, pull all these through, pull them as tight as you can. Then you can grab the seat cover, pull it tight, pull it all the way down. Again, make sure everything's sitting down. Give it a couple of good smacks. Now, to attach this part, take it up, and throw the seat cover on the Velcro. And you'll feel this on the inside so you can tell what you're doing. Just pull everything as high up as you can. And push the seat cover down. Just like that. Grab your plastic wedge, take it, and wedge it through. There you go. On the other side too, take it, push the material all the way in. Again, just be very careful with the plastic wedge. Push everything through, and then tuck it underneath the trim. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab these S hooks And then again, we're gonna tuck them as high and tight as we can, and just honestly find somewhere that you're pulling it snug and that you can bolt it down. Again, we'll take the same thing. Take the bracket or S clip and find somewhere that you want to clip it to. So here it is. The bottom part and the top part are fully installed. I'm happy with how it feels. I got the hooks in the right spot. Everything's tight, and we're on the headrest portion now. The headrest is one of my least favorite parts about this. If you have an extra set of hands, this is where that extra set of hands is going to come in handy. I'm going to go grab another family member and we're going to put the headrest on together, just because it is hard to squeeze it and then pull on the headrest cover at the same time. So let me show you what it looks like when you have 4 hands working on this at the same time. One person squeeze the top, another person start pulling it through. Okay, to get this part installed, this little flap sits like this inside of this whole section. I really think this is a stupid design, but it works. So when you want to get it all put together, it helps having another set of hands. Have someone who opens the wedge, someone who flips the material over and starts it on one end. And I'm going to be squeezing the whole thing so that we can shove the material in and put it into the clip. You'll be able to tell when it's all in because you'll let go and it stays together just like that. Now, take the headrest, shove it back in. All that's left to do is just to reinstall the 4 bolts that's holding the seat in, and you're good to go. Again, a couple tips. Make sure you just unbolt the seat. Make your life easier. I remember the first time I tried to install these with the seats still in there, waste of time. Being able to move the seat around, getting underneath it, cinching everything down, makes things easier. And then the only other thing I have to say is don't pull the straps too tight. Make sure that the seat gets worn in a tiny bit before you start pulling things, just because you have a chance of ripping the elastic off the seat cover itself if you're pulling the straps, especially for the bottom of the seat. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out. There's no other step-by-step installs like I just filmed, so again, if you really enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, because again, 93% of viewers aren't subscribed, and I would love it if you could join and subscribe and stay up to date with all my latest videos. Anyways, peace out. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video.